Hello, YouTube. It's been a while. This is your girl, Rain Shine Fine. So sorry on the delay between videos. Life was really lifing. But let's get into another regular schmegular book review. This time I read the book Falling Out of Grace Meditations on Loss, Healing, and Wisdom by Sobonfu Somé. So, this book is a short read. Really, I know I say that for a lot of my books, but 140 pages, and it reads pretty much like little excerpts. You can read sections at a time and just, but lots of good notes in here from Sobonfu Somé. She is from Burkina Faso, and she came to the West, I believe, in her early 20s, and got married to the well-known Malidoma Patrice Somé. But in the book, she's really talking about relationships, family, boundaries, having patience with yourself, being, being essentially a person of good character and really just a normal person. She has lots of different points, and each of the chapters that the book is split into kind of follow a theme. And so I think in one, it talks about family relationships. There's another that talks about love. She gives a lot of examples about different stories she's heard or people that she's met with different stories, and how maybe they weren't graceful or didn't act gracefully. One of the stories she talks about is a young man who is very well educated, ahead of the game with his peers, goes to school in the West, becomes a doctor, is an engineer, performs extraordinarily, is getting job upon job, promotion offers, and things like that. But because he's out of balance, he eventually breaks down, and no matter what his family tries to tell him to come around, he's mentally not there because he didn't have community. She talks about community in the book as well, and having people you can lean on because life is just hard out here. She also talks about issues with family and how to balance that and not holding on to resentment. She herself had a hard time because she was married to Malidoma Patrice Somé, and eventually at some part they did separate. And she had people who were expecting her to be perfect. And so this book is really nice because she just talks about how nobody's really perfect, and people are looking to you when you have a certain role or title to be this person, and they have expectations of you, and when you don't meet that, it's like they are angry or something. She noticed this vibe from people because they expected her to be this perfect woman who was the wife of a very known elder, and how could she just divorce him, not knowing that they had personal things going on and maybe the relationship was just meant to end. She talks a lot about how when she goes back home to Burkina Faso, where she's from, she's so used to what the Western culture has kind of pushed in her, being on time or having a goal or a place to be at or a structure, which there isn't much of in her indigenous village. And so she learned to have balance in all things. And without droning on and on, I would just highly recommend this book just because it's, especially to ladies out there, it's just a good little pick-me-up to know that you're not alone, and even the most highly skilled, fortunate person has days where they're not graceful. and so it's very relatable, and it's a quick read, and easy to understand. Thank you for your time, and have a good one.